Welcome to Raptor Cliffs, your one-stop shop for family fun. Here it is, Raptor Cliffs. Cliff, not as in cliffside, but, wow, I just went through the road. Nothing can stop a pterodactyl, not even asphalt. Not as in cliffside, but as in possessive. I guess the owner is named Cliff. That is not Cliff over there. That's someone else. So, this is the July update. We're playing some mini golf with dinosaurs. I don't know if this is our car. Stopping off the highway to see the sights and play the golf. And enjoy the company of dinosaurs. Ooh, handmade fudge, fresh daily. Probably not by alligators. They can't make fudge. And you can't prove to me that they can. Maybe this is our car. Maybe we're on vacation. We're off the Pacific Coast Highway. It's a picturesque picture spot. You can gas, souvenirs, and motor oil. Also restrooms. Fancy. I guess this would be the fudge. Unfortunately, we cannot take the fudge. I could go for some fudge, but, you know, we can't get virtual fudge, unfortunately. That's Raptor Cliff. I don't know. I don't know if the owner is actually a raptor, or is this just whimsical. It's hard to say. But we're here to play some golf is what I know. Fishing permitted, but the fish may eat you. That's the risk you take here at Raptor Cliffs. Fortunately, the main thing that the dinosaurs here like is watching mini golf. Power was not quite enough to go up that slope from the depression that the footprint left. That's too hard. Yeah, it's going to come back down. That is... Okay, yes, it stayed up. It stayed up. But we're not going to get par. We're going to get a bogey. We're one over par now. I did not impress the dinosaur, unfortunately. It's got an itch. It's scratching. It must be difficult to scratch with those tiny arms. Evolution did not consider that. Spike here does not care about evolution. Spike is just a lazy boy. Sleeping so much they built a ramp over him. His head is the end of the ramp, so where the ball goes is going to be based on where he's looking, and you want him to be looking towards the hole. He falls asleep a little bit, his head lower. Oh, now he wakes up. But that's when you want the ball to come off his head, I think. You just want him to... Just going to wait for him to be looking in the right spot, and then we're going to just tap it up his back. Alright, I think that's good. It's a little hard. Nope, no. Went off to the side. He was looking at the hole, but I guess I hit it too hard. There we go. Alright, we got a birdie, putting us at 0. Overall, we're at par. That's good. So, Merna Falls. Over and done with, which means it's time for mini golf. I enjoyed Merna Falls. I hope you enjoyed it too. Took a while, but that's the nature of the game. It's a murder mystery. It's obtuse, it's obscure. Wants you to play multiple times. And really take some notes down as to what's happening and who you need to talk to and when. And that's what we did. You know, some people say that you need to use a guide to play that game, and I can understand saying that, but I thought it was fun to try to engage the game on its own terms, to try to actually solve the mystery that it's putting forth. And certainly there were some ridiculous parts, where I was thinking that it should not... Oh, I was hit that too hard. It went off. There were some ridiculous parts where I was thinking that it should not be this difficult to get Matthew to realize something. Like, of course, cigarettes. It's not subtle what this guy wants, though. Please do feed the Brachiosaurus. Alright. He has a taste for golf balls. Let's see if we can get it in. Ah, a little too hard. There we go. Go down to the campfire next. So yeah, like I said, I do enjoy engaging the game on its own terms. I mean, certainly, 47 flavors. This does not look like 47 flavors to me, I have to say. It might be false advertising. But, like I said, the interesting thing about the game is not just the outcome of the mystery. I mean, honestly, I would say that's the lesser thing about it. To me, the more interesting thing about a game like that, it's a game... Ooh, Taffy. I cannot take the Taffy. I would like virtual Taffy. I cannot take it. To me, the more interesting thing about a game like that is... You play a game like that, or you see a game like that, and someone will ask, how were you supposed to figure that out? And to me, that is the more interesting part of playing a game like that. Not so much the solution to the mystery, not so much the culprit, and the outcome to the story. 3 under par. But figuring out, hey, how are you supposed to do this to begin with? Because if you just read a guide and follow it, you don't figure that out. Like, the game is still a mystery to you because you never figured out how you were supposed to do it to begin with. So, I mean, I just enjoy trying to solve obscure games like that just to answer that question. Hey, how were you supposed to do this? It's the same thing that kind of makes me do something like try to play through Omicron the Nomad Soul without a guide. Which, I mean, I did. Like, you can figure that out. If you're paying attention, I don't blame you for not paying attention to that game, but if you're paying attention, you can figure it out. Bounce off. Almost went in the inner tube. And these inner tubes have holes which lead out to a pipe. It almost went in that inner tube. It did not. Four under par. Here is a raptor. I do not think this is Raptor Cliff. He's not wearing a cap. He also does not seem capable of managing a campsite. He just enjoys tearing up that inner tube. He does got the big claws down there. Buy some sunglasses or caps, souvenirs from Raptor Cliffs. Or we're just here for mini golf. I mean, also, I suppose if you were here, it'd also be to take pictures with the dinosaurs. Got blocked by a rock. I was hoping to hit it hard enough that it would go down a couple of ramps. Like, no, hit it too hard. It went out. Bounced off that rock. That's the kind of thing I was trying to do. Hard enough to go down multiple ramps, but also not too hard enough to go out. But we're not hitting par on this one. Yeah, that's a bogey. Yeah, speaking of photos, you can put your face in. Everyone loves these. I love my daddy. We all love our daddy. Dinosaur or no. Speaking of dinosaurs, we're at the foot of the Brachiosaurus. And also speaking of dinosaurs, let's take a look at our putter for this this course. Got like a little dinosaur face and the end. I don't think I really know why the handle looks like this. It's got like little spikes, of course, but why is there like a sort of a trigger on the end. I don't think I understand that. What does that have to do with dinosaurs? Okay, yep, through the feet. And we go through the feet as well. I got a birdie on that. Right, so Merna is done. Been playing Merna and doing tryouts. Nope, too hard, it went out. So you've got to roll it around the log, but there are holes in the way. And that's better. That's better. Par 3. Certainly, not many games at all that are quite like Merna Falls, if any, really. So, kind of a one-of-a-kind experience, especially on the PlayStation 1. And of course, there's a lot of downtime in Merna, where we're just driving and figuring out where to go. Trying to, could have gotten closer to the hole. I did not. Figuring out where to go, trying to figure out who to talk to, where the next lead is. Certainly a lot of downtime. But, that's just the nature of the game. And I had fun, going through the playthrough that I just did and jotting down the time codes for all of the things that we did. And figuring out when I had time to do something else, or if I could take the events that we had and try to do them any earlier to free up time later, and try to work things out like that. And when you do, for the most part, I think a lot of it was logical, though there were some parts where it's very deliberately not so much. Having to use the tape on a tape player, even though there is no observation icon to indicate that tape player is something more than a background object. Though if you go to day 7, the tape player is no longer there, and that is your clue that it is more than a background object. I don't agree with that one. But then again, if I did play the tape for Cohen the first time through, that probably means we would have gotten the best ending instead of seeing the second bad ending. And we're glad that we saw that. Nah. Should have gotten that. That one's my fault. Alright, 2 under par. Hey kid, need a lift? Why don't we... The children can ride the Triceratops, the saddle-bound Triceratops. And buy Triceratops plushies, I guess. 3-horn adventure. The 1 horn is $15. I guess it's 15 minutes. 2 horns are $25. The full 3 horn is $45. How much time do you want to spend on the Triceratops? I mean, obviously as much time as you can. I don't know how smooth of a ride that is. It might be a bumpy ride. Anyway, Merna's done. We've been doing tryouts. And, for, starting near the end of July, which is where we are, the next game is not a secret. Oh, that's interesting. The power was just enough that it was able to roll back up and stay near the center. The next game, the next full playthrough, not a secret because it's a new game that's coming out, and if you knew about it, then I'm sure you knew that I was going to stream it. But the next AI Somnium Files game is coming out this Friday. No Sleep for Kaname Date from AI The Somnium Files. So, that is, of course, going to be the next playthrough. No big surprise. Yeah. That... I was about to say that could be pretty good, but it's going to hit a rock. If I get it there, it might hit the ramp to go over that? Maybe just barely? No, it didn't. It went in there. That means I have a second chance. I have a second chance to do it. No, I didn't do it. That's fine. We'll do it the long way. We're not getting par on this one. Alright. We're only one under par now. So, yeah. Starting Friday, which I probably would be the day this is getting posted, I think. I'm recording this Thursday, but I think I'd be uploading this Friday. That would mean that tonight would be starting the AI Somnium, the No Sleep for Konami. It's not AI the Somnium Files 3. It's not that. I keep calling it that. It's not that. It's No Sleep for Konami Date. And I guess they call it that because, one, I think it's a side story, maybe. It's shorter than AI 1 and 2. And also, there does seem to be an implication that maybe they want to deprecate the AI name. You know, when they started calling the series AI the Somnium Files back when the first game came out, you know, that had a bit of a different meaning than it does today when you talk about an AI game. So maybe they're deprecating that name a little bit. This one's a par 3. Okay. So yeah, starting tonight, I guess is when this video would go up. Starting tonight would be No Sleep for Konami Date. That's going to be our next full game, and of course, continuing to do our tryouts as usual. Here we got the Ankylosaur, which I think is how you pronounce that. When I was a kid, this was my favorite of the dinosaurs, because it's armored and has like a big clubbing tail, and I thought it was pretty cool. But in this course, the tail just is an obstacle. It gets in our way. It doesn't hurt us, but it will smack our ball around. There's also a little ramp under the dinosaur. Let's try to ricochet it off. Okay. Okay, it stopped before it got hit by the tail. Okay. 2 under par. So yeah, Merna Falls was a lengthy playthrough. Our next one, No Sleep for Konami Date, does not sound like it will be as long. Most of my playthroughs are not as long as Merna Falls took, really. That was kind of an unusual one. So hey, back to some shorter games, perhaps, in the second half of 2025. So, this cliff one, you can see there's like a visual indication of air currents coming up. So if I tap the ball off the cliff, the air currents will blow it back in. That's a thing that's been used on some other courses. Like this. Oh, too far, too far. How about like this? It's still too far, really. Maybe I'm hitting it too hard. Tap it a little lighter. Then back in. Okay. Wanted it to get into the third one. Only went into the second. Alright, we're at 0. We're at par even. With one more hole to go. 18, par 5. It's lengthy. Did not hit it hard enough to go up that first hill. No, did not get up the second hill. But we're almost there. Okay. Stayed up, did not bounce back. Alright, looks like we're going to get a par on this one. Well, birdie maybe. Almost, we're almost there. Let's do it. What? Oh. Can you believe it? It's because I'm recording, clearly. Any other time I would have gotten that. Alright. Which means we have par even for the course, for the hole. Raptor Cliffs, I'm sorry. Not Raptor's Cliff, Raptor Cliffs. My best is 7 under par on this one. Alright, so that's the update for July. Going into July, it's going to be more Date and... going into July. Ending at July, I should say, is going to be more Date and Iba. And more tryouts. The stream, of course, is going to be twitch.tv/supergreatfriend with no D because we do not want to attract the dinosaurs. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, as it always is. So I hope to see you there for some Somnium, some tryouts, and again, hope you enjoyed Merna Falls. And we'll be, like I said, we'll be doing some shorter playthroughs, I think, in the second half of 2025.